One, is my husband's court date still February 2nd?
Well, it is still on the docket, I believe. I filed a dismissal of the motion to show cause, and I let his probation officer know that. So I don't know if his probation officer is advising him that he doesn't have to go, but the court date is still on the docket, yes.
So he doesn't have to go, even though it's still on the court docket in Marion County?
I don't know if he's still going to have to go or not. His probation officer was going to get in touch with him and talk about that specific issue. So right now, he is on the docket to appear, and no judge has excused that appearance. So unless his probation officer tells him otherwise, I expect that he will have to go.
Well, I was asking because Paul Lively had called and said that he didn't need to, but technically his supervisor, Dylan Arthur, had called and said
called
that
who?
My husband regarding the court date. But when I had called the courthouse, they still saying that he has to have court, and that's why I thought I'd contact you because I was just wanting to know.
Well, I can't tell you whether or not he has to be there or not. It's not up to me. It's up to the judge. His probation officer is the one that should be keeping him informed. But if his date is still on the docket, then
still show up is what you're saying.
Well, it's still going to get called if it's still on the docket. So I don't know if his probation officer is communicating to the courts. It's not something that I am going to tell him yes or no. And I don't know, are the two of you allowed to have contact through his PO?
Yes, it's part of his case summary with the special conditions that we can be around.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I didn't want to, I was afraid that I was putting you in a position to be relaying information that I didn't know if
oh no.
he was allowed contact.
Well, if I'm also listed as a victim in the case partially, I should still be informed of what's going on too, because I do have that right.
Michelle, I'm just trying to make sure that my words are pertaining to you, if that's who I'm giving the information to, or if you're asking for him, that I'm.
Oh no, I'm asking for myself because I was never even notified that he had this probation revocation. No one.
Well, there was no probation revocation. He was put. The motion to show cause was filed after I got notice of the sanction. So it may be that by the time it got filed and then dismissed, they didn't send out the notice because the dismissal.
Well, it's not dismissed.
Sure.
It's not dismissed yet because it's still saying he has court dates, so we don't know what's going on because there's no judge assigned to it. So that's what I thought I'd ask you because I don't even know what's going on. I didn't even know he had a court date. So
okay.
I was just.
So to answer your question, if it is still on the docket, then it will get called. So I don't know if his probation officer has told him that he has to be there or not. That's between him and his probation officer. I filed a motion to withdraw the motion to show cause. That does not mean that the judge has to take it off the docket. It just means that he's not asking for the probation.
Who's the judge that's supposed to see this?
It'll be one of the annex judges. Okay, so there's 2 courtrooms out at the annex.
Right.
And that's the 4,000 on the highway. So you can call the court if you want to, but it will be whatever judge is assigned to the case that day. It doesn't have its own judge. It has one of the 2 judges that are out of the annex.
But I thought Susan Tripp would be the judge that he would have to see because that was the judge that.
That's not the case in this. Because it's a motion to show cause for probation, the original judge assigned is no longer the judge that handles the case, at least not initially. It's as if it's a new cause of action, okay? So it'll go out to the annex first.
Okay.
So it's not going to be in front of Judge Tripp.
So are you the new DA that's handling his case now because he's going through the probation stuff? Because it was originally Douglas Hanson that was the district attorney.
Yeah, Doug is no longer with our office. He doesn't work here anymore. So I took on this case of his, yeah. I am the newest NDA.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to get it clear. I was just trying to get a clear understanding because,
Oh, I totally understand. Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah, it is.
The whole process is confusing, I know. And part of the issue is I have been in touch with the PO so that he and I have an open line of communication because I filed the motion to show cause based on the short report that I got from him. can give myself some time to talk to the PO to make sure that we have a plan. And it sounds like the PO is doing a great job keeping up on this case, so I'm not going to meddle unless I think
my husband, Paul Lively, hasn't given my husband any type of treatment. My husband's done his own voluntary treatment, and I know that because I was the one that had given him his help, because it is I who know him best. So I'm not understanding what Paul Lively's saying about this treatment, because from my understanding, he didn't put him in any kind of treatment to see if he needed to be on.
It may be that he didn't because he was doing it voluntarily and he wanted him to be able to pick his own treatment and he was comfortable with that treatment. I don't know. To me what he said is that he's been compliant so far with his probation, that he's doing a good job checking in, and that he's working with a mental health provider to get medication straight. So
another thing I've also know too is I haven't been able to really talk to my husband the last couple of days because of the fact that I had gotten a termination from my apartments regarding that, because Paul Lively had gone to my manager to say that it was okay for my husband to be here, and I had gotten a termination. Either he had to leave, or me and my kids would get evicted. And of course I wasn't going to allow me and my kids to get evicted, so he doesn't really have a place to kind of go because of the fact that Paul Lively had told my manager whatever it is to get us kind of broken up. And from my understanding, in his case summary, even though I'm a partial victim, Douglas Hanson has said that it was still okay for us to be together because we are legally still married. And what Paul Lively...
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what Paul has decided about contact within your probation. Doug Hanson did not have the authority to authorize probation or not authorize it. If it wasn't a condition of probation, then it wasn't a condition of probation. But Paul Lively is the one that gets to decide contact. So unless you have permission from Paul Lively to have contact.
But it was from the courts that we could be together. And
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure that you're not telling me the reason you're having contact is because Doug Hanson said so, because that's not something that I can confirm, and he's not somebody that would have been able to allow contact. The court or the probation officer are allowed to do that. So if you have permission from the court, then so you're saying that the court, that you have an order allowing contact.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
No, because what I'm saying is that how did Douglas Hanson make, it's just so confusing, because, to me it's very, it's kind of contradicting.
What is your question about Paul Lively in your apartment?
Well, one thing
Have you talked to Paul about it?
Yes, I have, and actually I talked to his supervisor about the situation.
Okay.
And
so he knows that there's a problem with your apartment.
Yes, but this is the thing this is the issue that I have. He's been staying here for the last 6 months, ever since the plea was that he took the no contest plea. So why didn't they make sure, according to the sex offender rules and ORS codes, that the probation officer has to make sure that wherever he resides that it's okay by the management of the complex of apartments? Because, I live within less than 3 miles of a school, Hall Elementary, and, he's come here, done home visit, allowed him to stay here, and then all of a sudden, because whatever reason, he decides to go to my manager and gets me terminated and pretty much choose, well, my husband either leaves or we all get evicted. And to me, that's really wrong, because he should have made sure that my husband could stay here before he even did his probation. And that's the problem that I have, because now my family is broken up because Paul Lively told my manager whatever, and I'm trying to figure out what public report did he show my manager that got me terminated or pretty much my husband kicked out. So now my family is broken because of it.
I understand what you're saying. I'm so sorry that happened. I really, really am. I can't imagine how much of a stress that it's been.
Because now, how am I supposed to go to work when I have a 3-year-old and a 15-year-old that goes to school, who's going to watch my 3-year-old when my husband did? And what Paul Lively did was wrong because he disrupted my family.
I just want to, I want to make sure that we are addressing the different issues fairly, okay? Because the reason that your husband is on probation is because of actions he did, and the reason that he can't live within certain areas is because of his actions of committing the crime. Okay, so let's just make sure that your family, I understand that you feel like Paul Lively should have been more proactive in making sure that the apartment you picked to live in was okay for your husband to live in. At the same time, due diligence is also a requirement for you guys because you know that your husband is now a sex offender, okay? So you also have some responsibility in making sure that in choosing to maintain your family as a whole the way that it is, and I totally understand that, and I understand that you are doing your best to keep your family together, and I'm sorry that this has been a hardship, but at the same time, your husband also has an obligation to make sure that he's living somewhere he's allowed because that's a condition of his probation.
But the courts and his public defender, Gail Ryder, wrote down the address before he even was registered as a sex offender. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They forced him to write the address here because they already knew my address.
Okay, but he can change his address.
Where is he gonna go? Where is he gonna go? Paul Lively hasn't given him housing.
I'm not going to continue to talk to you if you can't keep yourself calm, okay? I am not trying to disagree with you, okay? I'm trying to answer your question. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
I understand that you're frustrated. And I understand that you feel like everybody has put you in this position.
Well, people have kind of put me in this position
Well,
with
your husband is the person that has put you in this position.
No.
In the end, the reason that you were having these problems, okay, because of the crime that he was convicted of.
He wasn't convicted. He took a no contest
plea. I'm not going to allow
plea.
you to continue to blame everybody else.
But this, okay.
I will help you to communicate with the people that you think can make this easier on you.
But this is the thing. If I was a victim to this case, and you're the DA, or Douglas Hanson was the DA, my voice was never really heard. I was shut down. I didn't get talked to until a week before he even went to trial. That's totally violating my victim's rights. So yes, I am very upset.
Okay. So, is there something that I can do to help you now?
No, not now. You've already answered everything that I needed to answer.
Okay, and I want you to know that the reason I agreed to dismiss the motion to show cause is because it seemed to me that it would be more disruptive to your husband's ability to get the care that he needs, and it would be helpful to the case, okay?
Okay.
And if in the future you have concerns about his treatment, or if you're concerned about how a violation is being handled, I want you to feel like that you can call me, okay?
Okay, I will.
Because I want you to feel like you have a voice, and I know that you are actively participating in your husband's probation and trying to keep your family together and maintain the stability that you have control over.
Well,
and
yes,
I want to help you do that. But you also need to know your husband has a very significant role in making sure his probation is successful and that he doesn't do violations. And there's nothing you can do to fix it if he doesn't comply with the conditions that you asked to do. You cannot be the person responsible for that. And I know you feel responsible because right now you feel like you're the one that's keeping your family together. But I will tell you that if you call me and ask me this, that if you're frustrated because something's not getting fixed for your husband, I just want you to know that's going to be my response to you. That you can, I know that you would like to be able to fix it for him, but you're not going to be able to. He's got to do some of this on his own.
But another thing too, my concern is this, that he was doing just fine. He was staying at my house until I got that termination from the office. So when I was the one
I don't know the facts behind that. I know that you're telling me you think Paul Lively went to your manager. That is not what Paul Lively expressed to me. He expressed concern to me that he heard you were being evicted. So I don't think he's the one that notified them, but I don't know the facts behind it, so I can't speak to it. I don't think that it's correct that he is sabotaging where you're living. It may be.
But I have paperwork from the office saying so. So that's what I'm saying. I can't go off of black and white paperwork, which came from straight from the manager.
I don't know what paperwork you're talking about. I don't have it in front of me. I don't know what the facts are behind it.
Right, and I try to show people, nobody wants to see it. So, you know, it would be a little bit frustrating when you talk to the supervisor, you try to show him and he doesn't even want to meet me. That can get a bit frustrating. I'm just trying to make sure that my husband has somewhere safe to stay. So as we all know, that sometimes he can go off the end. That's just my biggest concern right now.
And what I want to emphasize to you, right, is that he also needs to be concerned about that. You should not be having to figure this out for him. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear yourself saying you're just trying to make sure that he has a place to stay?
Well, he does. He has the concern, but he might not express it in the way I do.
Well, and I know, and you feel like the burden is on you because you feel like the responsible in the relationship. I just want you to make sure you are paying attention to how your responsibility is making you feel like you have to fix it. Okay?
But a lot of it is my fault to an extent, because if I wasn't forced into lifestyle prostitution by Demetrius Jean Bachelor, I wouldn't have put myself in this situation, and my husband would have tried to help me out. That's what I'm saying. Nobody really knows the full story.
You forced your husband. Okay?
I know, he came down to stop me from doing something. Right, I'm an adult and I make my own decisions. I'm not a child. So it's wrong for my husband to try to stop me from doing something wrong. So he's now consequence.
I'm not gonna argue the underlying facts of this case.
Well, I'm the victim, and I should have a voice in this. That's what I'm saying.
And I am discussing this case with you right now, aren't I? We are having a conversation about it, and I'm telling you to call me when there are issues, and I've asked you if there's anything I can do to help you. Right?
Yes,
can we agree on that?
Yes, my only, like I said,
And you have continued to get upset and talk about everything that everybody has been doing and not listen to you, but I'm still on the phone.
But the case is already over. You wasn't prosecuting from the jump.
And I'm telling you about the parts that I am in control of right now, aren't I? About the probation violation, I'm telling you that I withdrew the motion to show cause. Okay, so that I don't interrupt your husband's treatment. So I understand that you want to be frustrated and that you don't want to hear that I'm doing what I can at this point. But I'm not going to continue to discuss elements of the case that I don't have control over. I'm not going to argue the underlying facts with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you want to talk about what we can do to move forward, that's best for you and for your family, then we can talk about that. But otherwise, I don't think that I can help you if your frustration is about what has already happened.
Well, I told you my biggest frustration is that my husband can't be with his family.
Right, and that is not because I am saying no, that is not because you are saying no. There are rules that say if you're a sex offender, there's certain places you can't live in. He knows those rules.
Right, so that's my point. So if there's rules and the probation officer is sworn in to understand these rules, he did not do his job.
Your husband is the one that has the obligation to know the conditions of his probation. His probation officer is not a daycare provider. He's not a teacher. He's his probation supervisor. The conditions of your husband's probation, I am certain, have been told to him.
To not be on the internet.
Know that the apartment was within a distance of the school. That is not his obligation to know. I know you feel like he should have told you that he's not allowed to live there, but in the end, it is your husband's obligation to live in places that he's allowed to live. But we report those addresses to his probation officer.
We did report it to him, and he didn't. Okay. Paul Lively didn't do anything about it, but just don't be on the internet. That's all the condition, special condition was, is don't be on the internet. And now he can't be here. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, I don't know why you're saying that this happened the way it happened. Okay, I don't understand what the process was. I got to this point. I can't tell you why you're being evicted.
I don't even understand why I'm even a victim. How can I be a victim to my own husband? That's the part I don't understand.
I have to hang up now because I have an appointment that I'm late for, and I don't feel like I'm going to be able to help you.
Okay, well, you have a good day.
You just want to tell me what you're upset about, and I want you to understand that I hear you and I understand that it's frustrating.
No, you don't understand.
Okay, well.
But you have a good day.